We can see and hear you. Okay, good. All right. So tonight I want to share a little bit about me, my story, and my journey with Young Living. And I want to say thank you, Chrissy, for letting me share it tonight. I'm super excited. I'm also really honored. This is a passion for me, and I think you'll probably figure that out once you listen. So, anyways, I started with, well, first off, I'll introduce myself. I'm Erin Owen. I am a leader with Young Living, and I started my journey in January of 2015. So I'm coming up on 2 years on January 10th. So, and Chrissy Beekler actually introduced me to Young Living. So thank you, Chrissy. So when Chrissy met me, I actually had suffered some pretty major and extensive trauma to my knee, and it was causing some other medical issues as well. And I had gone about 7 months just in constant discomfort. And when I say constant, I mean it was constant. So much so that I actually was even teeter-tottering on slightly becoming depressed. So anyways, it came into my life at a great time. And so I'm going to share with you a little bit about what I did and what my journey looked like. So my kids are coming downstairs getting ready for bed. So in 2015, Chrissy came over and shared with me, just like she did last night. She brought a kit and she talked to me about all of the oils and the diffuser and how great they were, and what they could all do for me. Sarah, I'm really sorry that you have a bad connection, but I will tell you that at the end of this, when it's done, when the live feed is done, you'll be able to go back and watch it, and you should have no problems with the connection at all whatsoever. And I really hope that you'll do that. So, anyway, she came and shared with me the oils. She actually left with me a little, a little discomfort rub. And I used that on my knee and in some of the other areas that I was experiencing some problems. And I really felt like the very next day I actually had relief. And I was like, no way. Like, there's no way. This has to be in my head, right? These couldn't just possibly work, right? So I'm one of them people that I will take things to the nth degree. So like if I think that it might have worked, you better believe that I'm going to continue to use it because I want to know for sure. So what I wound up doing was that was on a Friday. I used it Friday night and then Saturday night, and I got up Sunday and I felt even better. And for those of you who know me at a personal level, you know that I'm a minister. I'm an associate pastor at our church, but I also am a worship leader, and I do some other things. Well, that particular Sunday happened to be a Sunday that I was also preaching. And given that I had dealt with all of this discomfort for about 7 months, I was just about at my wit's end. And I was tired of wearing yoga pants with a nice looking shirt just because I needed to wear a pair of sneakers on my feet to be comfortable. I wanted to have my high heels back. And that was a goal for me. Some might think that's kind of crazy, but I'm short. And heels are very important to me. So that particular day when I got up, my feet hit the floor and I thought, oh my goodness, this is day 2. Seriously? This has got to either be in my head or I don't know what. I just can't believe that these oils have given me this much relief. So I put on a pair of high heels. They weren't real big, but to me they were an accomplishment from wearing a pair of sneakers. They were about a 1.5 inch wedge, and I got to church, did praise and worship, got right from the piano, stood up, walked across to the pulpit, and I literally was able to walk up and down the aisleway because, yeah, I'm kind of how do I say, I don't know. I'm not one to stand behind the pulpit and preach. So if I'm going to preach, you're going to know it because I'm going to be all over the place. So I was able to do that, and I really hadn't thought twice about it until a friend of mine came up and she said, "Oh my gosh, what did you do?" And I'm like, "I don't know. What did I do? Was something wrong?" She's like, "No. I cannot believe how fast you got up from that piano bench." And keep in mind, practice is about 45 minutes long. So between practice and service starting, there's about 15 minutes. So I sat for 45 minutes through praise and worship practice, and then sat for another half an hour to 40 minutes through praise and worship and offering and announcements. Normally, when I would go to stand up, I would be so just, my body could not move. I mean, that's how bad things were. And I would literally stand and hold on to something for dear life until I could kind of feel like my joints sort of stretch back out and the muscles kind of stretch back out so that I could actually move. And I was always limping. And she said, "Erin, I don't know what has changed from last week to this week, but you got up from that piano bench, lickety split, you walked over to the pulpit, and oh my gosh, you were walking down the aisle like there was nothing wrong with you at all whatsoever. What is going on?" And I started to kind of giggle, and I said, "All I can tell you is that I met this girl, and she gave me a sample of some discomfort cream, and I have been applying that really for about 36 hours maybe, and yeah, there's a huge difference." So I decided to continue on that journey. I actually called Chrissy that Sunday and I said, "I do not know what you gave me, but it is some kind of pain crack, and I need to have it." So that's when I decided to purchase my kit. And I've never looked back. Now I can remember Chrissy telling me when she was signing me up, she's like, you can make money doing this. And I'm like, "Yeah, that's nice. Sorry, not interested. Been down this road. I've done Avon. I've done Mary Kay. I don't even have time for business. Not interested at all." And she left it alone. And she said, "Well, I just want to let you know that if you had a couple of friends and family that you wanted to get together with, and if any of them happened to purchase a kit as well, you're going to make $50 per person that purchases that same kit." I'm like, "What? No way!" And I said, "And I don't have to make a business out of this, right? Like, you're not going to tell me that I have to now play so much every single month, and I have to make calls on people, and I'm going to have to jump through all these hoops, right? You're telling me, Chrissy, right? You're telling me that I do not have to run this as a business. I can just merely share the love I have found for these great oils and this company with a couple of friends, and I can make $50 per each person that signs up." And she looked at me and she said, "That's what I'm telling you." And I'm like, "Okay." Seriously, that was on the 10th of January. We booked my class for I think the following Sunday. I didn't even have my kit yet. Matter of fact, I was kind of sweating bullets because I'm like, "I don't have a kit." And she reassured me. She said, "Erin, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to do anything. I just need you to get some people to come to your house, and I'll do everything. I'll teach the class, and I'll bring my kit. They can smell it, sample it, whatever. We're going to have a great time of this." I'm like, "Okay, I don't know if I'm going to have anybody show up, but okay." You want to know what? This is crazy, right? Okay, I literally had, I think I probably invited a good 45 plus people. Out of that group of people, I had 17 confirmed they were coming. And I was kind of sweating bullets because I thought, where am I going to put 17 people in my home? Out of the 17, 7 came. Chrissy taught the class. She did excellent. I actually don't really know what she was teaching necessarily because I was busy. I don't know what I was doing. Probably talking to other people. I don't know. Kind of like what I like to do. But so I had 7 people show up. Out of 7 people, I had 6. Okay? 6 people sign up that night at my class. Think about that, you guys. 6 people times $50 is how much? Yeah, $300. I could not believe it. I could not believe it. I was ecstatic. So that was in January. By the end of January, I wound up with, I believe, 10 people underneath of me. And I literally went from distributor, which is, I bought my kit, it's for myself, I'm not doing anything else with it, from distributor to senior star in 1 month. I'm telling you that, and I wasn't planning on getting into the business side of it, but if you will allow God to be in control and literally lead you, you have no idea where he's going to take you, because what started out as literally just something I wanted for myself and for my family has turned into a 2-year business. Okay. I went senior star till that was January. I was senior star from January to October. October 2015 hit executive. I hit executive on accident. From October to April, in April, because of my great, gracious, wonderful, amazing team and other people who I really didn't even know or aren't part of my team, helped me reach the goal of silver. That was in April. And get this, this is just how God is and how awesome he is. In the month of April, my dad passed away. I hit silver, and I also put on our dance program, which is a pretty big to do, all in the month of April. I step back now and I'm just still in complete awe. I don't even know how that all happened. I don't even remember half of it. I only know that when you're in God's will and he's leading you, there's just nothing that can stop you from achieving. So now that I said all of that, and I hope that was okay, Chrissy, I want to share with you some of my most favorite oils, all right? And they are Copaiba. I can get it out of, I'm using our kit. So I have Copaiba, and I'm going to use Panaway, and we're going to talk about frankincense, okay? So first thing I want to do is I want to start with frankincense, all right? One of the really neat things about frankincense is that, keep in mind that I'm in ministry, okay? I literally use frankincense all the time. This is an everyday oil. I use this oil on the crown of my head especially for service days, so like Thursdays and Sundays. Chrissy's telling me I have 7 minutes. I'm trying to speed it up. Frankincense is literally an oil for spirituality, but so if you like people that do yoga love this oil because it's also relaxing. Okay. It's balsamic, the way that it kind of smells, kind of woodsy. It is one of my favorite oils, but I put it on the crown of my head. I also put it on my wrists, and I kind of like just cross my wrists like this and hold them for about 10 seconds. I've put it on over my heart, bottom of my feet. Just frankincense is very dear to me, but there's so many other ways you can use frankincense. You can also use frankincense for muscle and joint discomfort. Especially when we get older and everything's kind of creaky and maybe certain joints are affected with the weather change. Haha, you guys got to kind of read between the lines. Frankincense is going to be your best friend. Okay. Copaiba. Those of you, I'm sure a good majority of you guys seen the 12 Days of Christmas song that Christy and I did on video. We talked about Copaiba for joint support. Not that kind of joint. Your body joints. Copaiba is great for that. Another really neat thing about Copaiba that not everybody knows is that this has the same properties in it as I just drew a blank. Same properties as cannabis oil, but it is not habit forming. Does not have THC in it. So that means you can use this. And the other neat thing is that, see this white label? check that out, guys. This is one of our vitality oils. That means that you can ingest this, okay? This goes in my Ninja Red every single day. Now, you can also get frankincense in the vitality, which I also have, and I use that in my Ninja Red every single day, okay? So we're talking about joints, we're talking about muscles, right? So here you've got two like hand-in-hand buddies. The other thing that's cool about Copaiba is that it's kind of what we call like a jump start oil. So if you were to apply this, you'd want to apply it first, and then anything else that you apply afterwards. What this oil is going to do is it's going to drive those other oils into the cells at a deeper and faster rate, and it's going to give you a bigger and better benefit. The other thing that is another one of my favorites, Panaway. And remember we talked about Panaway last night? We talked about the child-proof cap. It's because it has wintergreen in it. Children are drawn to the sweet smell of wintergreen, and they kind of think of it as candy. We don't want them to ingest this. So anytime you see a cap on Young Living products, it's because wintergreen is in there. So they want to keep your children safe, okay? We don't want them drinking it. I have to say, though, it smells amazing. So Panaway is literally pain away, basically. So anytime you have any kind of discomfort in your body, joints, muscle, maybe you have a problem with your head. I'm trying to think of the right word. Trying to keep it compliant here. You can use Panaway. Now, what I did, actually what Christy did for me when I started back in January was I went and bought some of these jars. Okay, they're just ball candy jars. I think you get 12 in a box for like maybe $6 or $7 at Walmart. And I used coconut oil. Okay, and you can buy coconut oil anywhere. You just want to make sure that it's cold pressed. You want organic, extra virgin coconut oil. Okay, what that means is they haven't taken anything out of this. And they haven't added anything to it, so it's pure. So if you're going to use coconut oil, why not use something that is actually good for your body as well? I usually take about 1/4 cup of that. I stick it in this jar, and then I mush the coconut oil down with like the back of a spoon. You want to just get all the clumps out of there. And then I add to it about 5 to 6 drops of Copaiba and 5 to 6 drops of frankincense and 5 to 6 drops of Panaway. It's really just your preference. Now, you can tweak it. I've tweaked it. You can add other things to it. But that's really basically the mainstay of what I used when I first started with Young Living, when I was having knee issues, okay? 7 months after I started using these oils, there was a significant difference. That's probably all I'm going to say about that. And then the other thing you can do is, we also, I like to do roll-ons. Okay, here's the little roll-on part here, which would go on top of the jar, and then you would cap it. And what I usually use in that is liquid coconut oil or fractionated coconut oil, and you can buy this at Meijer's, same area as all the rest of the oils are at. I fill that up about 3/4 of the way with whatever. And this is considered a carrier oil, guys. So if you're wondering what a carrier oil is, coconut oil, V6 oil. We have V6 oil that we actually sell in Young Living, which I love. And so I use that as well. And then I do the same thing. I literally, in the roller ball, I probably do about 4 to 5 drops of each. Copaiba, frankincense, and Panaway. And then you can just throw that in your purse, and it's much easier to carry around than this, which is what I was doing, because I was literally applying those oils about every 2 hours. And as time went on, I backed it off. I could go like every 3 hours, and then I was going every 4 hours, and then every 6, every 8, and before you knew it, I wasn't needing to use them at all anymore. So, all right. Are there any questions? Any comments? Did I do okay, Chrissy? I'm going to assume that there are no questions for tonight. And if there are, you guys can ask on the post later. Yeah, I think that's it. And I hope I did okay for time. I know Chrissy told me about 10 minutes. I'm pretty sure I'm past the 10 minutes. Oh, she says you can talk about the carrier oil. Oh, yes, this is really important. And here's a great example. So essential oils do not, listen to me, do not expire. At least our Young Living essential oils do not expire. If you happen to find any other brand of oil in your cupboard that has an expiration date on it, throw it away. Therapeutic grade essential oils do not expire. So there are no expiration dates on the essential oils. Now the essential oils are different from the carrier oil. Carrier oil, again, a carrier oil can be olive oil, sweet almond oil, jojoba, or I don't even know how you say it, jojoba oil, coconut oil, sunflower seed oil, grapeseed oil, anything like that is going to have an expiration date, all right? So when you're making things, if you don't have that in your cupboard and you have to go out and buy, what I do is I don't even know if you guys can, I don't know if that's backwards to you guys or not, but if it is, I'm sorry. What it says is Best By October 1st, 2018. So I know, I can guarantee you this is going to be done, like, this won't take long for me to go through. But you want to make sure that you're always looking at the expiration dates on your carrier oils, okay? Same thing, like even the